All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of how the investigation, of course, is going forward, we're being joined by Mr. A.P. Singh, who's a former director of the Central Bureau of Investigation. He's, of course, joining us live on this broadcast. Mr. Singh, let me, in fact, start off by asking you this. Considering the fact that the crime scene was vandalized in the intervening night on the 15th and the 16th of August, how challenging do you think it'll be for the CBI, which is now investigating the case, to put forth a watertight case to get a conviction here?
See, unfortunately, whenever CBI gets a case, it's never given immediately. It is always, sometimes it takes a couple of days, sometimes it could take a week, a month, 6 months. So we always never get a pristine scene of crime. And that definitely damages the investigation. There is something called the Locardo principle of exchange, which every police officer is taught. That is that there is always some exchange of evidence between the criminals and in the crime scene. So whenever a criminal leaves the crime scene, he always leaves something behind. Now, if I don't know what the situation of the crime scene is, whether the Kolkata police had initially preserved it and taken whatever, they'd got a forensic team and they'd got it properly examined. Because now when the CBI goes, there's really not going to be much there.
Right now, according to reports that are coming in, as part of the investigation, it's being said that the suspect who's being detained in this case was subjected to first a psychoanalysis and subsequently even to a polygraph test. For the general lay public who are, of course, watching this investigation unfold, could you tell us a bit about the procedures that the CBI would go through? Because a polygraph test is not even acceptable in a court of law.
No, it's not acceptable, but it's an aid to investigation. Like if you give a polygraph test and he confesses to the crime and he tells you that, this is how I did it, these are the weapons I used, then you can go and collect that evidence, and that becomes proper evidence admissible in court. So it is an aid to the investigation. It is not something that your investigation can stand on, but it can help you it can guide the investigation. So a lie detector test is very helpful, and it is quite important. And actually, it's this accused. We don't know what his interrogation has revealed. Has he confessed to the crime? Has he told them that was he alone, or were there multiple people involved? And if there was a conspiracy behind it. So those aspects are very important, and his interrogation is going on. So I'm sure that something positive will come out of that.
And also, so you've been a former director of the CBI. Considering as to how politicized this case has become, what are the pulls and pressures that will be there on the CBI to, go ahead and complete this investigation quickly? And how much do you think that affects the working of the CBI?
No, I don't think it affects the working at all, because this is a crime. It's a murder case. There's no politics involved in it. It's a pure and simple crime investigation which the CBI has to do. And CBI is more than capable of doing it and reaching a logical conclusion. Only thing is that, if you keep pressurizing that, it must be done in a hurry, there's a certain timeline. No. CBI must be given time to do its job properly, because it's not only the investigators. You have to get a forensic report, the post-mortem report, which I presume has been videographed, will be, because they said that there were multiple injuries. Whether one person can do it or there has to be more involved. This would be something that a team of doctors, in my time, All India Medical Institute would be called, and a committee would be formed, and they would give their opinions. All this takes time. It's not something that you can do overnight and file a charge sheet. So going by, I don't know now what the systems are, but going by what used to happen in our time, the earliest you can expect an investigation to completed is 3 months. I would give them 6 months, really, to do it properly. But if you keep pressurizing, and the courts, the High Court, the Supreme Court, if they keep putting pressure, then the chances are that you're doing everything in a hurry.
Right.
So you must have the latitude to do the investigation professionally and properly.
You know, in India, often it is said that the process is the punishment. The fact that justice gets delayed so long is the reason why most oftentimes the victims feel that justice has been denied to them. So what would your message be, sir, for the investigation team and also for the parents, the distraught parents of this young daughter who's been subjected to this horrific rape?
See, as far as the police is concerned, I've told you that I don't think that it should take more than 6 months maximum for CBI to complete this investigation and file a charge sheet. After that, it's up to the courts. And that is where either the High Court or the Supreme Court can intervene and fast track the investigation. I've been reading in the papers that even in that Nirbhaya case, which created a national outrage, it took them 7 years to finally convict and hang the accused. And then there are so many processes, there's so many appeals at different levels. So to expect immediate retribution, I don't think that's possible. But yes, it can be fast-tracked. And for that, the High Court and the Supreme Court will definitely come into the picture.
Right. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us and getting us that perspective there on this case. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.